Husbands, how do you love your wife? Do you provide all of her needs? Do you love her romantically with passion and loving acts? Are you a strong emotional support, keeping everything together in the home? A husband can go crazy trying to be everything for his wife, discerning her needs and determining where to focus his efforts. But how do you lead your wife? The alarming rise in single-parent, female head of households means that mothers have had to step in to fill leadership roles that fathers traditionally occupied. Marriage is considered just one of several options for family planning instead of being the standard. The result is boys grow up to excel in occupations but lack male role models of leadership. So they have not learned to lead in the home. Many men think that financial provision is all that is needed to fulfill his leadership responsibility when in truth, that is merely one aspect. One that has decreasing relevance as women gain more prominence in the workplace. But all the success women can achieve in the workplace doesn't hold a candle to the value they hold to their family. Value that can only be fully realized if a husband fulfills his traditional responsibilities that include to organize family endeavors in pursuit of shared goals like raising children, serving the community, maintaining a stable home, and prospering the family spiritually and physically. These pursuits are more valuable to the world than increasing a corporation's bottom line. Protect the home. Not just physically from invaders, but from all outside negative influences that may threaten its peace and prosperity. Create opportunities for his wife and children to grow personally, professionally, and achieve goals. Guide and enforce standards in his children, and not just to discipline, but encourage them to overcome challenges and self-improve. Model positive moral attributes for his family and not leave it to media or the internet to teach them morality. Husbands have so much more power to affect their family than merely bringing home a paycheck. But most husbands do not see it that way and place almost all their value in their ability to provide, which could cause issues in the home. On one hand, if a husband considers himself a good financial provider, he may conclude that this high value justifies a great deal of other behaviors, some not so beneficial to the marriage. A great deal of stress often accompanies high-income earners who have the means to engage in behaviors that are destructive to their marriage. Behaviors such as adultery, addictions, violence, or emotional abandonment are all justified as a means of coping with the pressure from what they perceive is their main responsibility. On the other side of the spectrum, if a husband is unable to provide for his family, then he may suffer feelings of inadequacy, rejection, low self-esteem, and depression. This could also result in destructive coping behaviors. In either case, the husband may feel that they deserve these indulgences because of the provision he may or may not bring to the marriage. Throughout history, there are examples of men often abandoning or abusing their other leadership responsibilities, instead using their position to control and dominate their wives. For these and other reasons, many wives no longer want to submit to their husband's leadership. Leadership is earned through trust. Trust is established through competence, honesty, and meeting expectations over time. But when a wife refuses to allow her husband to lead, she diminishes his ability to perform in all these responsibilities and the family suffers. At this time, there is a wife somewhere saying that she cannot trust her husband to lead. Perhaps he has repeatedly failed to do so or not shown the capacity. Where trust is broken in a marriage, faith can keep it together. Wives cannot change their husbands. They can merely encourage, affirm his best qualities, support his efforts, and have faith in his potential to grow in the harness of responsibility. Men can have tremendous egos that may seem tough, but are actually very fragile and vulnerable to how he is perceived in the marketplace. Wives can counteract this influence by esteeming their husband's leadership qualities within the home, not just outside of it. The world values the temporary benefits we bring to our jobs, but God values the purpose we bring to our home and community. If this message resonates, subscribe, hit the bell, and join our community of couples for weekly tips to make your marriage stronger, more purpose-driven. Consider donating to our cause in the description area so that we may continue to provide more marriage content like this. Let us know in the comments, what do you see as the husband's leadership responsibilities? As a husband, how can you step up and lead in this capacity? Remember, love awakens when passion meets maturity.